Beautiful Tuesday morning, and we're going to be starting out with the doctor back in the house. So hopefully she'll be snapping in there real quick. Let's check and see if she's there. Okay, Dr. Billy? Not yet, so let's give it just a little bit more time. And meanwhile, this is going to be an exciting week. Today, a wonderful day happening today. Yesterday was my birthday. Thank you guys very much for all the birthday blessings and all that good stuff. Made me feel very, very warm and fuzzy inside. However, it was a first birthday in a long time where I just took it really easy, didn't go anywhere, and didn't do like the norm that I would normally do. I do normally do things really big, like either in the penthouse in Las Vegas or on a yacht in the Caribbean or something of that sort. As I get older, I realize that sometimes you just need a little more stillness, kind of do a recap and things of that sort. So, other than that, guys, I should say, I had like 35 people on one posting that said happy birthday, and then on another posting there was another 26 or 24. Then on another one there was like about 12 or 14, somewhere in there. So that was a lot of folks, man. I didn't realize I know that many people when it comes to that would actually remember my birthday. So thank you guys very much. The doctor has just arrived. Let's get her in there really quickly, and let's have some fun, okay? Hold on one second. She's coming in. Probably be a great one. Okay, so you guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The doctor should be arriving any moment now. Well, good morning.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm great. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you. Oh, look at that! Look at that backdrop. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my technical difficulties worked out. I don't know. I didn't know I had any, really. I wanted to be outside today.
I know. I just want to apologize because yesterday I had so much going on that I had you written in. I'll never forget you completely. You know that, right?
I'm unforgettable. Hey, at least my parents say I'm special. That's got to count for something.
Since you said that, let me tell you something. Let me make you laugh, okay? You
okay.
Ready? All
yeah.
Right, so I have 4 sisters. I'm the youngest. My parents, wonderful folks, wonderful. Took care of us from day one all the way throughout. But they were happy when we were gone.
I bet. Hey, I couldn't cut the cord with my mom. I actually came back.
I know. I noticed that you guys are very close.
Oh, every day. My mom has been a nurse all of her life, and for the last 20 some years, she's been a volunteer at my office.
Oh my God. Are you
So she's
kidding me?
had 2 careers. I mean, my patients love her. Everybody comes there because of my mom, not me. It's true. She is lovable, smart, funny, beautiful. She's the best.
I want to ask you, okay, because I'm going to let you announce yourself in, because I always like to do that for our guests. Talk about yourself a little bit. For the guests for the people that are coming in right now, because we've got people starting to pop up. Tell them who you are, what you do, and then we'll chat a little bit more.
Okay. My name's Dr. Billy J. Minton, and I'm a doctor of pharmacology, a PharmD. I'm a songwriter, musician. I play drums and guitar. I'm an author. I write books. I used to have a lot of properties, but I kind of went on a business diet, and I'm just wanting to focus on my patients, my songwriting, my books, and my insurance company. So I have an insurance company, and I started doing that because I wanted to help people, and it's really been a good thing. I've got a niece that runs it, and I macro-manage it. She micromanages it, and it works out great. But every day I write books and songs. That's most of my day, every day, and I'm looking forward to going into the studio with Carl Blue Wise soon. We've got plans to do an album, and I'm excited about it.
Wow, that's cool. Hey, you know what? I just, because I'm in a very joking mood today.
Okay.
So I was thinking just to kind of throw you off a little bit, because
Okay.
no one can throw you off.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We have an online dating site
Uh-uh,
episode.
not me. I'm out, okay? I participate in a lot of stuff with you, JR, but I'm out on that one.
I thought,
No, sir.
hey, what if I could find you Mr. Right?
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Wright. After what you said to me, you put it out in the universe, and I want to tell you a quick story, and then we'll get on with some other stuff.
Okay.
I have a friend. Speaking of my mom
Okay.
used to work with a lady. Her best friend her name was Bun Watterson, and she had a son named Ricky Watterson.
Okay.
Well, Ricky, we grew up together. I knew him. I mean, we were good friends. He told me yesterday, after he listened to this podcast, he said, I want to tell you something. I said, what? He said, well, we were great friends growing up, and I was just scared. And I want to tell you this. I said, what is it? He said, I've had a crush on you for 40 years.
Oh, no.
I was like blown away. And he said, now I feel okay to tell you. I said, why did you wait this long to tell me? He said, I didn't want to ruin the friendship. And
wow.
I said, well, he said, but now I'm thinking about knowing you as an adult, and I don't think it would have ruined our friendship. And I just told him how much I appreciated him telling me that, because I've always loved him like family, and I was just blown away. The other thing is he's a Gemini, and you kept saying you thought I was a Gemini. But listen, I'm not going there. But Ricky said, I want you to tell JR what I said. I said, I'll tell him. So there you go.
Hey, I'm just gonna let you know right now. The only guy that can handle you is a Gemini.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take it. I duly noted. Duly noted. Oh.
So let's do a little catching up. What have you been up to since the last time we talked? And I know you're a very busy person. So
well, I've been doing a lot of writing, songwriting, and I'm writing on a novel too. My best friend's doing all the research, and I told her, I said, I really want you to consider being the co-author because you've done so much work. And she's thinking about it. She kind of likes to stay out of the spotlight, but I asked her, I said, I really want you to be a co-author on this book. So the book is amazing.
Wow, that's great.
And it's a time novel.
Okay. Now we were supposed to meet up with your mom and you today because that was the.
Well, my mom's babysitting.
Oh, okay. And
she's babysitting my son's child.
I was looking forward to meeting your mom. It was like.
Well, that just gives us an opportunity to have another date or whatever this is.
Okay, because this was like the first time was like a first date, and then it was like, okay, I meet your mom. Yeah,
I can't tell you everything on the first 2 days. You got to get a third date.
Hey, my background, I was a sales closer, so I close deals.
Hey, if anybody can do it, you can. That's for sure. I can tell you about that. I'm trying to keep my hillbilly setup here going.
Okay. So your backdrop. So I know the viewers are kind of like wondering what's happening there. Kind of tell us about describe your backdrop.
It's water.
You better stop it.
I live on the river, and I'm a water girl, and I just love it. When I walk outside, I feel like Alice in Wonderland, or there's deer and ducks and geese and squirrels. Oh yeah, tons.
Wow.
They're beautiful, and squirrels, raccoons, everything. Just walk outside, they're everywhere, and it's just beautiful. And I feel close to God on the water.
There you go.
I used to ride my jet ski on this river, and people told me to quit that because there's too many rocks. But I kind of memorized where the rocks were because when they lower the water, you can memorize it.
Oh,
but it is.
I can see you
crazy.
doing that.
They took a video of me the last time I did it, and they said, "You're not doing it anymore." And I said, "Okay." I'll save it for the lake or something.
So let me ask this question. Go on with that. Are you a little rebel too? Are you a rebel?
I don't know. I think I'm pretty simple, but I like to create. I would decorate a doorknob. I just redecorated my whole office. I love to decorate, and it's only because when I see something, I want to just pull out all of its beauty that I possibly can.
Okay.
Some things don't need to be touched at all. Some things are just beautiful the way they are.
Okay.
You know, today is ironic that we have this interview. Today happens to be a good friend of mine that passed away. Today's her birthday, Wendy Welch.
Sorry to hear that. Oh, yes. Okay. You mentioned something about Bob Welch.
Yes, Bob Welch, he was the first American member of Fleetwood Mac, and he was a guitarist and singer, and he was with them for about 4 years. They did about 5 albums together. I can't remember them all, but I'll try to tell you off the top of my head.
Okay.
Penguins, Heroes Are Hard to Find, Bare
Wow.
Trees, and 2 more. Anyway, Bob was married to Wendy, and they were really good friends of mine. Bob died in 2012. Wendy died in 2016. Today would have been her 70th birthday. We were like family. I mean,
R.I.P. Yeah.
we were so close, and Wendy's mother and I were very close, and I helped take care of her. And now they're all 3 gone, and it's been very different for me. It's been very difficult.
You know, let me tell you something. Since you're mentioning that, I don't know how much you know how much I love Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, yeah, me too.
I mean, it's like it's in my my CD collection in my car. Dreams.
Yes,
And
my favorite song that Bob Welch did with them was off their Bear Tree album called "Sentimental Lady."
I gotta look that one up.
And then later on, it's a little bit of a rock version, but not real rock, just a little bit of a rock version.
Okay.
It has an edge. But then Bob redid the song years ago on his solo back in the late 70s. And he had a couple of, he had Sentimental Lady that he had done with Fleetwood Mac, but then he did it on his own. And it's 2 different styles. That is my favorite song in the entire world and always will be.
Let's you know what? Let's talk about your singing career because that's coming up. I got a good feeling that you can really sing because
I don't know about that, but I tell you one thing I do love. I love music. I'm a music lover.
Me too.
And I absolutely love music. I've always loved music. And, you know, I used to have my transistor radio strapped to my bicycle when I was a child delivering newspapers, and I would listen to Bob Welch singing.
Oh, wow. That is amazing.
He called me his sentimental doctor. They sent me stuff every week of my life. They sent me gifts and they just showered me with so much love, and we just loved each other, and my mom was really close with them. And the most beautiful thing that happened is right before Wendy passed away, she had left everything to the school in Nashville, the Belmont School of Music.
Okay.
So they have a Hall of Fame there, and Mick Fleetwood was there, and Mike Lawson was also Mike was Bob's best male friend. I was his best female friend, and I was Wendy's really great friend. And they invited me to come there and speak, but I couldn't come, and I can't remember what was going on. But it was a beautiful ceremony, and 2 of the students played Sentimental Lady. I think they played it with violins or something, but it's just a beautiful song. And I've got all kinds of stuff. In one of my coffee tables, it's got a glass top and it's really huge. And I've got all of this Bob Welch stuff in the table, all these notes he wrote me. He told me to send him every album cover I had, and he wrote all over every one of them and mailed them back to me.
Wow. Wow.
He was just a great guy. He gave me the sheet music to Sentimental Lady.
Wow. Let me ask you the next question. So knowing that you sing now, because that was like,
well, I don't know that I'm a singer. I consider myself a speaker, but okay. I can carry a tune. But Blue says that he's going to work his magic with me, and I may get some of my great friends to sing on my album with me. First of all, Theresa Bellamy, she's a great singer. I've known her since junior high school. Then you've got Tanya Carlson. You've got John Thor. Call me. Call me. I can't get that song out of my head. Call me. Call me. Have you listened to that song?
Only about 25 times now.
I can't get it out of my head. And every time I see my mom or Chad, my son, I joke and I go, call me. When I'm leaving.
You know, one thing about John Thor's music, he reminds me of that Sam Cooke. That
Yes.
I mean, because I'll put it this way: in dating, I would play his music in the background.
Oh yeah, it's smooth.
Oh,
And I love that old school. He had those 45s and all that.
oh yeah,
To me,
yeah,
that is super high end cool.
yeah.
And
Go ahead.
then the other friend, I've got Crystal Taylor, of course, Carl Blue
Yeah.
Eyes, big time
Yes,
producer,
I
and
am.
then Elaine Elizabeth Presley. She's amazing.
I'm getting used to their music. Although I was back in those days, kind of fondling around with music many years ago,
Uh huh.
because I love vinyl. Um, but the interesting thing about that is it's interesting how
Uh-huh.
we all met, and it's like I'm finding my love for that music again. So that's really good. That's really good. Let me ask this
Oh
question to you.
yes.
So,
My favorite time is the 70s.
oh, okay, there you go. Now I noticed when I did a little homework on you, sticks. You like sticks,
Oh yeah.
okay? Um, what's my other guy's name? Okay, it'll come to me in just a second. The Boss. You're big
Oh
on the
yeah.
Boss.
Bruce. You know how
Uh,
they do you on Facebook? One of my friends, Chuck, he wanted me to post those 10 albums.
oh yes, okay,
They give you the challenge and you post whatever. But I grew up in the
okay.
70s. The 70s is my favorite. Everything about the 70s, the music, the clothes, the paper
Oh
route,
yeah,
the
every
bicycles, the cars.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Nothing is new. Everything is, you make it better. That's basically what it is. That's what I was thinking of when we came up with an idea about the business. Nothing that anyone does right now is going to be new. It's just that you're going to improve what has already been put out there. So
Absolutely.
that's all we can do. So I was hoping that you were going to sing me a birthday.
Oh
Say,
gosh.
but I'll let you say wish me a happy birthday.
Okay.
Uh,
Hey, too, JR, you know, you are amazing. Okay, you're gonna make me sing, and then you probably want to look at my little black book and see who I've ever dated in my life. Gosh, I feel exposed.
hey, I gotta check you women out. You never know.
Here I am.
There's always a story.
That's true. Hey, and speaking of stories,
Uh-huh.
I told you I'm an author. If you go to my website, blueridgemoments.com,
Okay.
when you go on there, if there's any book that you like, whether it's volume 1, volume 2, or my children's books,
Okay.
you can click on one. It takes you straight to Amazon. That way you don't have to go on Amazon and search for me.
Okay. Okay.
But
I'll
in the
have to
Blue
do that.
Ridge Moments book, I'm trying to remember if it's volume 1 or volume 2. I tell the entire story, and I need to send you my book so you can read it, of exactly what happened to the only guy that I would have married.
Wow.
It's in detail what happened.
Oh,
So there you go.
I love the way you set that up.
Inquiring minds want to know.
So you crack me up. Okay, so
Hey, you know what Blue says? Somebody told me one day, they said, I was talking to Carl Blue Eyes about you, and you know how he described you?
what's that?
He
How do
said,
you say it?
he said, she is wild. Oh, no, he said, she's a trip. I think he's a trip.
Oh yeah, he's a interesting person. I seen some pictures of him. I think he was he on vacation somewhere?
I don't know if he has. He
okay.
didn't tell me about it, so I would have
Okay,
bugged him.
yeah,
I would have called and bugged him.
I went through Facebook and I kind of seen him, kind of having a good time. I was like, he looked like he was on a little mini vacation, which I look forward to. Hey, you know what I noticed? Let's just talk about something for a minute off the topic.
Okay.
I noticed I keep up to what's going on. I noticed yesterday, or actually on the 7th, late night, that a lot of things were opening back up.
Oh, yes.
As far as for Tennessee area that you're in right now with pandemic and all that, are things starting to, change, open up, or where we at?
Absolutely. Yes. At first, maybe about a week or two ago, it's like a soft open.
Okay.
Now they're opening up more. So I'm really looking forward to things getting back to the new normal.
The new normal, right?
Yeah. like I told you in the first interview, it's not that I don't believe or doubt any of this stuff. It's just I've never worn a mask. I don't need one.
I feel
I've
the
got the
same way.
Lord's protection. It's just a thing. He talks to me and tells me what I need to do, and I don't need that. And plus, I don't put people at risk. I don't go get up in someone's face and say, "Hey, kiss me." You know, I keep my distance.
Right.
And nothing's changed. I've always been a hand washer.
Uh-huh.
People used to say, I don't like that obsessive stuff. That's a little too much for me. But
Right.
I've always kept my hands clean. I would never eat without washing my hands. If I go hang up my laundry, I wash my hands. I could have been petting my dogs. And I think if you're going to go touch your clean clothes, wash your hands.
Yeah, let me ask you this question, because
Yeah.
I joke with you about the online dating things. And
Oh,
no. No. But let me ask you this question, because you have kids and you have friends that are dating or whatever. What do you think about this now for the new dating scene? I mean, how do you date?
There's either going to be a lot of divorces or a lot of new babies coming up from all this. I don't know what's going to be more, but some people couldn't stand to be on top of each other, and other people are probably loving it. So who knows?
So here's something I'm gonna throw at you, and you tell me if I'm right. And okay. I had the same. I threw this at Lily Pena, which is the fitness young lady that I had on the show. Arizona. Big out to Lily. She's doing a lot of great things for a lot of people. It's to me, this is the perfect time if you were a gentleman looking to date a female, or vice versa, because women haven't had a chance to get all done up with the nails and the collagen and all the other things they do. So you're going to get the most realist woman right now.
I don't do that stuff anyway. And the makeup I wear is very minimal if I wear it. I'm kind of a wholesome, natural type girl. Okay. I've never really, cared for fake nails and all that stuff. I think it's just because I don't have time for it. I'm too busy creating something else. Right. And I'm usually behind the camera instead of in front of it. Right. I'm always creating. I've got that little podcast on my own. Then my mom's got one that we do together. Right. And I enjoy that. And of all the things that I do in the world, there's nothing that makes me happier than writing songs and books. Uh-huh. And, it's just, they're divinely inspired. God flows it through me. It's not my stuff. It's his. And so I just try to do what he tells me every day. And I thank him. I couldn't thank anybody more than the Lord for every precious moment, because life is fragile.
Oh, very, very, very.
Yeah.
Let's ask you another question here. Okay. What advice would you give someone that's going out on the dating situation right now? How to be safe? What kind of advice? Because I have a friend that's writing a book on that, which we were going to do one together, and it's kind of changed up. Uh-huh. What advice would you give somebody that's going on dating now?
Well, first of all, you've got to feel comfortable. I think it's going to be an individual thing, and you've got to feel comfortable in your environment. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. And you may want to start out doing what we're doing, video chatting.
Okay.
You can get to know someone, and I can tell a lot about someone through their eyes, JR.
Okay.
So I've been watching your eyes since day one. I do. You can read someone.
One thing you'll notice about me and my eyes is I'm always right there with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You were telling me the other day about you were wanting an island. Uh-huh. Well, I want to teach you something that I learned, and anybody that's listening to this podcast, it might help them. Okay. First of all, if you want something, don't ever use the word want. Just throw that out of your vocabulary. Forget that word. Change that word to desire. Right. And then, the 23rd Psalm in the Bible, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Okay, think about that. A lot of people say that and they don't know what it really means. And it's a double negative. In other words, you need to say something like, if you can't live without the word want, then you need to say, let's say you were going to sell a car. You would say, I shall not want to sell my car today. Or I do not want to sell my car today, or I desire to sell my car today.
Right.
But it's hard to get rid of that word. I mean, sometimes I slip up and say it, but every time I throw it out, something wonderful happens.
Yeah, I used to train many agents on that. I was a sales trainer also, and one of the things I learned on as far as terminology is there are certain words you don't use. So yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. 100%. I've been manifesting a lot of things that have come true just recently, and over the last 10 years, I realized how to pull things forward real quick.
I've got an island right behind me.
I'm
I
looking
really
at that.
do. It's an island right in the middle of the river. It's a lot smaller than it was a few years back, but it's an island. So when I look at it, I think of you now. I call it JR's Island.
See,
I do. It's right behind me.
I know. Hey, you were mentioning to me last time we talked also that you had some other friends that you wanted me to talk to. So I got to remember.
I do. I have a list of people. I mean,
you know, we have so many clients. Actually, in the next week or so, we're going to have someone that comes on that sings opera, and we're going to have a little mini concert for you, the guys also.
Wow.
We have a difference of, I mean, again, I don't know anyone that's doing a show like this right now where we have all different types of walks of life, and from the very famous to just the regular folks. I treat everybody the same because I don't put anyone on a pedestal and never
You should,
have, never
because,
will.
you know, we're all just living creatures of the Lord, and
Right.
no one's more special than anyone else.
No. Some people just don't act that way.
I got you. Well, I've never been a starstruck person. And,
Right.
you know, I've known a lot of famous people, and I still do. And
Uh-huh.
it doesn't, to me, they're just my friends, and I love them. And
Right.
I don't feel any different. I mean, I feel like my time is as valuable as their time is, because we all get a certain amount.
That's true. Hey, for the viewers that are on right now also, where can we find your books at? Where can we find all your stuff at?
BlueRidgeMoments.com. That's my author website, and my books are all there, and you can look at them, and it tells about my mom's pictures on there with me. She's so beautiful.
Oh,
And you can click on any of the books, and it takes you straight to Amazon. You can also read about the books. The books came from quotes that I've been writing since I was 8 years old. And I started writing stories with those quotes. I had almost 1,500 quotes, and I only chose 200.
Wow.
My editor, Andrea, she said, "You've written 600 pages. This is 2 books, not 1 book." So we had volume 1 and 2.
Well, you know what? That brings me to another question with you.
Okay.
What does a typical day? Because you have a lot going on. Like if someone was to hang out with you for a week, what is a typical day for you? How do you wake up? What do you start with? What do you do?
I wake up in a tender trap
Okay.
with 4 Yorkie puppies. They're my tender pups. And it's the most wonderful feeling. One's on my legs, one's in my side, one's in my arms, and one's on the other side of my leg. And they're the sweetest little babies. They're 12 pounds and 5 pounds, 2 boys, 2 girls. They're full grown. And this fall, Blue and Ridge will be 5, and Paige and Fox will be 2, and they're miniature, so they're tiny.
Okay.
And so anyway, I get up, and I think I've got my day planned, and then God just puts me somewhere else. And sometimes I work from home. Sometimes I work in my office because it's just so beautiful. And, I take walks with my dogs. I work out. I'm a certified trainer, but I do not train people. I don't have time for that.
Right.
I just did it for the information. Also, I can help people if they want a little help, but I don't have time to train. That takes a lot of time.
Oh, yes, it does.
Most of my time is focused on my mother and my little tender pups, and doing everything I can do for them, everything from walks to food. I cook for my mom. I cook for my pups.
Oh,
and
wow.
my mom doesn't have to have me to cook for her. I just enjoy it.
Right.
And so she taught me everything I know about cooking. And cooking to me is sharing, and it's love. And my favorite hobby in the whole world is sharing anything.
There you go. That's
Conversation, food, love, a hug, music, a song.
let me ask the next question to you then.
Okay.
So we're talking about songs now, and you're talking about getting into the studio, Blue
Yeah.
Boy Records there with the legendary Carl Blue Weiss.
He's the best. He's an amazing producer, and he's produced my friends, and he and I've been talking about it for quite some time. I just, he and I have to get everything aligned exactly right. I don't want to rush it. I don't want to go in there and have everything rushed. I want to figure out who I want to sing what and what I want to sing.
Right.
So it's going to be a very special album.
So let me ask this question: what kind of genre? I mean, just so I get an idea.
It's an interesting question that you asked that. Blue said that every song that I've sent him that he's read, he said, I can't believe that the same person wrote these songs because they're all different. So I really don't have a specific genre. The first song that I cannot wait to get in there and do is I Never Really Did Get Over You. It's a beautiful song. And
well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to dig a little deeper.
Oh no!
What?
Oh gosh! Wait! Thank goodness I've got my boots on today.
I'm that guy.
You
so
are.
What would that be? What would that be like similar to? Like if I were to ask you, all right, you sing, you're gonna make, because I'm like that too. Everything I do is different. What is the song? What is it close to? Like if I were to go out there and try and find
That
a song.
specific song.
Yes.
I think if I had to, I think it will get as much, and I'm not saying this because I wrote it. The Lord wrote it through me, and Blue's producing it. I think the song will get as much awareness and notoriety as Dolly Parton's "I Will Always Love You."
Oh, okay. So, okay. All right.
I don't know how to put it.
Now I got an idea. Okay.
Okay.
And I hear, so you got that little twang in your voice too. I told you that,
It's a big twang. The funny thing is, people where I live, they think I'm from California, and that's hilarious to me because
no way.
They do. How about True Dat?
Okay.
Yes. They really do. They think I'm from California, and I'm like, wow, because my accent maybe not is as strong as theirs might be. In Tennessee, we have a draw. In Georgia, it's even more southern.
I told you my niece, I wanted to, since you mentioned that, my niece is getting married to a gentleman from Georgia. She went to the University of Georgia, played volleyball there.
Okay.
Yeah, Jasmine Eatman. She's amazing, tall, beautiful. Just was a killer out there on the spikes and stuff like that. Yeah. So next question for you.
Okay.
So
I went
that
to
was
Mercer,
like
Atlanta.
that was one of the songs. Give me another song that would be like different, just to find out how different you are.
Oh, a really different song. I wrote a song called Viola.
Okay.
And it's really different.
Okay. What would that be similar to?
I think it's kind of country.
Okay. All right.
It sounds like a Reba McEntire song.
Okay. So not only does your voice change with this? I mean, with the singing, or
I have no idea. I don't know. That's a question for Blue.
I'm really interested to hear this final product, because I know, because in knowing you in the short time that I've known you, I see a lot. I mean, you're very talented, but at the same time you're grounded. You have that mental capacity where you can hold a lot and delegate and get the job done. If we were working together, I would never question if you're going to get the job done, ever.
Oh, I'm on it.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I've got anything that you do takes a team of people that are awesome. I don't tell them what to do. I just inform them of new things, and they do me. Because if I need to tell them what to do, they don't need to be on my team.
There you go.
The only reason that I've done all the things I've done is because I wanted to create jobs and careers for people. So I've just tried to help careers. It's not that I did anything for me. I wanted to create careers for people and have fun doing it.
Wow.
And there's nothing wrong with making money doing it too, because we all have to live.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Question
Plus,
for
the
you.
more money you make, the more you can help your favorite charities and, you know,
Right.
whatever
So
it is
true.
that you want to help.
That's so true. Let me ask this question. You said you now we're talking about that in businesses and things like that. You
Yes.
mentioned that you opened an insurance company, and you opened that insurance company because you wanted to help people with medical insurance, or what type of
Well,
insurance?
lots of reasons. When I had a bunch of companies, sorry about the train that's going by behind me. There's a train track.
Oh, I love it. I love that. I grew up
I
like that.
know. It's real special to me. I hope it's not too loud.
No, it's great.
Okay. So, you know, when I had all these companies, I asked my business partner. She was a business partner with me on about 3 of them. And I looked at her one day. She's been in the insurance business for 40 years. And I looked at her, or 46 years. And I looked at her and I said, why don't these insurance companies care anything about me? And why can't you write the policy for my blah, blah, blah business? And she said, well, my insurance company doesn't have an appetite for that type of business. So I was standing in here on my treadmill desk doing like 12 miles of accounting, and I was kind of fed up with it. And I looked at her and I said, well, what do you think I should do? Can you give me your thoughts?
Right.
And she said, yeah, become an insurance agent. And I said, who? Me? She said, yes.
No.
So she helped
Really?
me research, and she's a captive agent. I'm an independent. So it's a beautiful marriage here. So I did research with her, and I loved Global Green. So all my other companies are companies I started from scratch, except Global Green is a franchise independent insurance company. Now, my agency is a scratch agency because I didn't buy customers. I started it myself.
Wow.
But the company is Global Green, so I bought a franchise. I went to St. Louis. That's where their home office is. And I stayed there and went through their training and came back, and I was certified, credentialed, and bona fide. And, you know, I learned. And then I thought, I told her, I said, I'm never going to fall in love with insurance. She said, oh, yes, you will. Yes, you will. And you know what? I finally did. And I'll tell you why. Because insurance is so important for people. It can save their entire life.
Right.
And so we write everything, auto, home, life, health, business, renters, you name it. There's nothing we don't write, and we do it in Tennessee and Virginia. So anybody that wants my company to become their agent, call my office in Kingsport. It's called Global Green, Billy J. Minton Insurance Agency, and we'll get you going and give you some quotes, because quotes don't cost anything.
Wow. Okay. And
so I've enjoyed learning insurance. I've had that company about 15 years, and I've got the greatest agent. Her name's Leslie Manus. She's my niece, and I call her Sunshine. Right. And that's her middle name. But anyway, Sunshine takes care. People come in there just to see her, you know. We treat people like family. Oh, wow. When something happens in your life, wouldn't you want someone that you really care about and trust to be handling your insurance claim?
Yeah.
I've had horror stories. People have called me up and say, you know, I got this insurance because it was cheaper online. I had this accident. Now what am I going to do? I can't find anybody to talk to.
Oh, I know.
We personalize everything. And I bring in big clients for her because I can't sit down and write policies. I've got too many things I'm doing. Plus all that changes, you know, the software system, the websites. We write through all kinds of agencies. Like we've got about 100 different companies that we write through. So when people, let's say you came to me for a quote on something, whether it's your home, your car, whatever, we put your quote in the quoter. And all these companies, there's like 100 of them, and they're fighting and competing for your business.
Right.
So then I can come back and say, JR, here's what we found out, and here's why I think this company's better than this one. This one may be a couple dollars cheaper, but this company's better because they have this, like maybe they have accident forgiveness or something.
Okay, gotcha.
So what we also do is after we've written your policy, we go back and we do insurance reviews. I call you up and I say, tell me what's changed in your life. Because you might need more or less than what you were doing. And I find that most people are either overinsured in areas they shouldn't be and underinsured in places that they should not be.
You know, you know, I'm an insurance agent also,
Okay.
I've had my license for years.
The pandemic has not affected me, has it you?
No, no. I don't do a lot of work with it. I could, because I have other things I'm doing. But my family believes in insurance, because my family's huge with insurance. My older sister, her son, right now they're taking about 3 or 4 days off because they worked their butt off this last month. They were actually busier than normal through pandemic.
Sure. I mean, people were at home sitting around thinking, okay, I've got to fix up my home and I don't have enough insurance and I need to talk to somebody about life insurance. And,
Right.
Life insurance is one of the most responsible things that you could do for your family or whoever you're wanting to leave it to.
I believe in, you leave them something as far as a legacy, and you don't want to curse your family with the GoFundMe's and things of that sort. It's terrible.
No, you don't. And so really my passions in life are my insurance company that my niece runs. And I help her with it as much as she wants, and I don't stick my nose in her way. And then writing my books, writing my songs, and I see patients by appointment, and I've been very selective with that. And it's not that I don't want to keep doing it. I love my drug knowledge. I think it's so important. But I've just, it takes so much out of you. Like it's a labor of love. It's a lot of work. And I sold a lot of my other companies because I don't want to just be a doer. I want to be someone that is very immersed in things that are an enrichment in my heart, things that God is telling me that I need to do. So my songs and my books are what he's telling me to do.
Now that you speak on that, would you recommend insurance, getting involved in insurance if someone didn't know exactly what they wanted to do? Because
absolutely.
Here's the reason I say that is what I've noticed with all my friends that have started in insurance 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. It gives you a freedom of life where you can just do whatever you want to do.
My best deals have been on the golf course.
Yes, it's amazing. And where is it that most people that are in insurance, where can you find the men and women on Friday? Usually at a country club,
Absolutely. I've been a member. We have a country club in our neighborhood called Ridgefields because my subdivision's called Ridgefields.
Okay.
And I've been a member there for over 30 years.
Okay. I could see that.
Ridgefields is my home. I could just come over and pitch a tent. Can you see me now? Okay.
Yeah.
I could just pitch a tent in the grass, and as long as I'm in Ridgefields, I'm home. It's true. I went to Mercer, but as soon as I got through, I came right back home.
Oh God, that's funny. So,
well, this is a great hub for me. We've got the mountains, the beautiful rivers. You can go anywhere you want. The cost of living's great. So why not have the most beautiful hub to live in?
I've been hearing a lot about Tennessee, and let's do this. Let's concentrate for the next couple minutes. Tell me some things about it, because I hear that Tennessee is the up and coming place for doctors, lawyers, musicians. Why is that so? Why is it growing so much now?
Because people are starting to discover our little secret that it's a beautiful paradise and the cost of living's wonderful. The crime rate's not that bad. Okay. And it's comparable to other places. And it's just the education system is wonderful. And so people want to raise their families in Tennessee. East Tennessee, where I live in Kingsport. Then there's also Bristol and Johnson City. And they call it the Tri-Cities area because there's 3 cities together. And okay. We have the Tri-Cities airport. And you can go wherever you want to go. So, I'm 100 miles from Knoxville. And then there's Chattanooga, Nashville, and then Memphis.
Oh, okay. Right.
So
okay.
I'm totally east, whereas Memphis is totally west.
Okay. That's why that big time difference also, too.
Tennessee is a very stretched out state, and it's like panoramic. And I don't know how else to explain it, but I'm probably about a 6-hour drive to Memphis.
Okay.
If I wanted to drive. I
Oh
usually,
God,
if I
okay.
go somewhere, I usually just fly wherever I'm going. But now maybe I don't know.
That's it, guaranteed. So on, let me make sure that before we end this, that am I getting a commitment for you and your mother on what's date?
Absolutely, a future podcast with my mom.
Okay,
Absolutely, she's a hoot. You'll love her,
okay.
and she's I've ever known, and the love of my life. God has, she has God's favor.
Oh my God. And
She
your
does.
podcast, the podcast show that you guys do, can you talk about that a little bit for me?
Yes, the podcast I do with my mom it started out as just a self-indulgent mother-daughter conversation. I wanted to capture all of her knowledge and make it in a comfortable setting where she could share it with the world. And the platform that we have, you can go to evelynminton.buzzsprout.com and
Okay.
it lists every episode, and she just speaks exactly what's on her mind, and my family and my friends have enjoyed it very much. So it started out just to be self-indulgent, and she said, now when you introduce us, I want it to sound like a real show. So now I have to say, hey, this is welcome to, I call it Evelyn's Words of Wisdom. But Buzzsprout has put it on everywhere. It's on all the popular platforms like iHeartRadio and
Okay.
Apple, iTunes, all that stuff.
Okay.
Then the other podcast I have is just mine. And what it is it's just messages. I call them Blue Ridge Moments. I didn't want a conversational podcast. They are just messages to people that I hope it will help put a spring in their step. And it will also maybe help them make a better choice that day.
I remember you saying that. I remember you
Yeah,
talking.
so it's part of my ministries. My books are my ministries. Even my
Okay.
songs are my ministries. I put my heart into what I'm doing, and I pray about things before I do them. And my podcast came out of my radio show. I've done a radio show for years. I do it 3 times a week, and it's called Blue Ridge Moments. It's on
Okay.
Super Talk Radio,
Wow.
92.9 FM in Bristol. And it's
Wow.
when the radio bug bites you. I've been a DJ since I was 15. You can't get that out of your bloodstream. I don't know what it
Oh,
is.
that's true. That's true.
You can like TV, okay, but there's nothing like radio. When I was a DJ, I did the rip and read out of the United Press International where you did the news. I
Uh-huh.
actually would spin albums and 45s. I had 8-track tapes that I put in.
Wow.
I mean, I learned from the very beginning. So I got to see both sides of what being a DJ is.
Wow. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Do you miss it?
Oh, if I had time, I'd do it right now. Matter of fact, one of my desires would be to have my Blue Ridge Moments be, I guess, become syndicated. I feel like those
There you go.
messages are powerful.
Yeah, there you go. Not bad at all. And now future, because we have a few minutes left. Future, what do you what other than the music? Anything else you have in the future cooking?
Just live my life as deeply God dependent as possible. That's really what I focus on every day, and I let Him lead me. Just spending all the time I can with my Lord, and sharing His love with other people, helping other people find salvation, and that's my goal in life, is to get as many people as I can to go to heaven with me.
That's good. Can't complain with that. A lot of people need your help right now. Other than that, too, you got to realize we're in a time because I've always been very connected to the universe, but we're in a time right now where people are making better decisions. Where people
I
are
believe
back
that.
home.
I
They're
believe
back
that.
home.
I think people have woken up,
There you go.
and it took a lot to wake some people up.
So,
But
and
like I
some will,
said, nothing's really changed in my world. I've always washed my hands. I try not to hug too many people because I have allergies to cologne and smoke, and I don't want to get it on me because I don't want to go take a shower I don't need. I already take 2 a day. I don't want to take 3.
Hey,
Of course, huh?
you remind me of a few people that I know very close, and it's like when it comes to smoke or cologne or flowers, you can't. I have a really good friend that if you buy her flowers, she's gonna be upset with you because she can't.
Just send me hey, just send me the chocolate. I don't know. Something.
Yeah. Well, we're about to wrap it up. Is there anybody that you want to say hello to or give a big shout out to?
Well, I mentioned my editor, Andrea Wilcox. I've got a great illustrator, Anthony Weiniger.
Okay.
And I want to recap. I want to give the greatest shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and his Father, God. And he's the Almighty, only one, ultimate healer. And, Carl Blue Wise, my producer, and my friends, John Thor, Tanya Carlson, Crystal Taylor, and of course, Elaine Elizabeth Presley. What an awesome person.
I've had the pleasure of meeting her.
She is a beautiful soul and genuine, and she's going to give so many contributions to this world. And she lives her life working in regards to Graceland and keeping her father's legacy alive. And I really admire her for doing that. She really has a strong sense of family and love, and that's what draws me to those types of people.
She's a busy person.
She is.
I don't know if people realize how busy she is. And I've had the pleasure of being a friend of hers and her coming into play, and we've been talking and things of that nature. And it's great to know people like that.
Also, thinking about thanking people, Jesse Johnson Barrett. Jesse's married to my son, Chad, and Jesse and Chad are like, they do everything for me. They are always there for me. I can ask Chad something and he just says, whatever you want me to do. He never asks me or questions me. He'll do what I ask him to do, but better. He's there before I ask him. And so is Jesse.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that.
They keep me young enough and I keep them old enough. We stay trendy on both ends of the scale because they don't ever let me get old and I don't let them get too young.
Exactly. You got to have that balance. That's one of the things I've been telling a lot of people that are thinking about opening any kind of business and they're wanting to have a partner or whatever. And I believe it's like my nephew and I. He's a younger version and I'm the older version. And we both bring a lot to the table. You're not going to always agree upon things, but it's better to have that, have the wisdom from, the older people and also have the drive and the ability to oversee things as the younger people now do, because they don't waste any time nowadays. They're right on it.
Now, my best friend, Ricky, we've had several companies together and we've sold, I don't think we own any more companies together right now. I think we've sold them all, but she and I are completely different, but we've learned so much from each other. I mean, I'm glad she was total the opposite of me because she brought out things I would have never seen, and I did the same thing for her. So it really balanced us, and we never had a problem with money. If I had 2 quarters, she got 1, and vice versa.
Yeah,
that's
the way it works.
It really does, and life can be. People make life so difficult. It's difficult on its own. Keep things simple. Put love first. God first, because God is love. Put love first.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Well, we're going to wrap it up right now, and you and I have to get back together because I want to set a date for your mom and you to come back on and get that.
Hey, don't talk to my mom about dating.
By the way, I should tell you, and you probably will notice that because we're also Facebook friends. Today is our 2nd month anniversary for this show. Keep It 100
Happy
podcast.
anniversary.
Also, I had a birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
How's that? Ta-da. Look. Hey, JR, next time you want to talk to me, here's what you need to do. Call me. Call me. Okay?
I got one more thing for you also.
Okay.
On the anniversary, 12 o'clock last night, opened my second company called wealthbuilders.net. That's going to be able to help a lot of people.
Congratulations.
It's a consultant type thing. So we're doing a lot of good things out there. So until next time, Dr. Billy, we will see you, and you and I will talk and set a date for your mom and you to come on the show.
That sounds wonderful. God bless you, JR, and bye for now.
Okay, you take care.